What else did I do yesterday? After I got home, because the meal was admittedly not that long. We were only out for like an hour and a half-ish, I think. So I probably could have streamed, but I decided to use my day off for work. Got some offline work done. You saw some of that actually, I think, maybe. I hope you saw it at least. I dropped my first short cover yesterday night, around midnight EDT. That was by design. I thought it would be kind of cute if it was at midnight, because the lyric is like, Hitokara in the night, like solitary karaoke at night. Yeah, I worked really hard on that. I hope that you could enjoy it. I saw a lot of fan art as well for it, which made me really happy. Saw a lot of like eye patch fan art, which was pretty cool. In general, when it comes to coordinating my outfits, I'd like to have something around my eyes, even if it isn't a pair of glasses. So the eye patch was really cool to see. Yeah, I worked really hard on that. Animating it was really fun. I want to do as many of those in the future as I can, for reference. I love doing little short covers because I feel like it doesn't have the same pressure as a full cover to be excellent, you know? Not that a full cover needs to be excellent, but you know, it feels less official, it feels less big, so I don't feel as afraid to do it myself. So when it comes to those, I really like to treat short covers as a way to practice and to get better. Not just for singing and mixing, but also for video editing. I really enjoy being able to sit down and make something that I see in my brain. And it was really fun to try and like pay homage to the original video however I could, trying to like match the effects. And I find that anytime I sit down to do video editing, I have to use at least 2 tutorials. I have to find at least 2 video tutorials while I'm doing it. And so I learn so much with every video. And then by the time I do another video, I apply the thing I learned with the last video. And I think that's really cool. So I hope to get really cracked and cool with each short cover in the future. So look forward to those. Can't say when the next one will be or what it will be, but know that I'm working on them. I actually have one that I have to record later tonight that you might look forward to. So zooming on the eye like the original was fun. It was so fun to try to get that to work properly. It was really fun to try to like record properly for it. It can be a little difficult to like make your face work the way that like an animated characters would. I had to really get into it almost felt like TikTok cosplayer acting. Do you know what I mean? Where like every facial expression and movement is really exaggerated. But it was really, really fun. It was really, really fun. I remember for that song in particular, I was really inspired to do it because of, it's kind of a sad memory actually, but I did, now that I'm about to describe it, I feel like it's kind of sad, but it's kind of funny to me. It's funny to me, but I realized that it sounds sad, I guess is the best way to say that. But I remember when I was at Japan with the boys and I got sick. I got sick day 1 and wasn't able to do anything. I think like 1 or 2 days into being sick, anytime I would hear any noise on the floor of my hotel room, like if I heard a door open or if I heard the elevator beep, I was crawling to my door to look through the peephole to see if there was anybody there. Because I was so bored. I was bored out of my mind. And every single time I did that, I felt like I was the listener in the song, in monitoring. Because there's actually like a twist to that song that I don't think everybody realizes, right? Because the immediate impression when you watch the music video and when you listen to the song is that Miku is the stalker, right? But I think the song is actually about the listener being the stalker, like the one that's sitting and staring through their peephole expecting to find somebody on the other side. I think that's the person who's monitoring. So I kind of felt like that. I kind of felt like that for that week. I was so bored, and I was so hopeful every single time I heard something that it would be the voice. You know, I was so hopeful that I'd like see their faces again or something, and it usually wasn't. And usually by the time I finally reached the door, whoever came through was already gone. So it was just me staring at an empty hallway half the time. Again, I think it's funny. I think it's a funny memory, but I realize that it sounds pathetic. Yeah, so that song got really stuck in my head for that week, and it's kind of stayed in my head ever since. So I wanted to squeeze out a cover of it as soon as possible. It was still a really nice trip though. Again, I realize it's sad. It sounds kind of sad, but I really enjoyed the time that I could spend out of my room. We had a really nice time. We did a little bit of tourism. Went to the big city. Did a little bit of shopping. Even got some little matching trinkets. It was pretty cute. I'd really like to plan a revenge trip as soon as possible, though. I wanna properly enjoy it, you know? Yeah, I hope we can go again soon too. I think we will. Everybody has an interest in it. It's just a matter of when. I think we're probably gonna be more locked in on streaming and stuff for the next few months, but I definitely would at least like to do it by the end of this year. It's a good memory, that's all that matters. Honestly, how do I phrase this? There was a lot of important work stuff that we had planned for that week that got canceled. So at the end of the day, I'm still sad that I got sick, and I wish that I would not have gotten sick. But I'm also kind of thankful that I did, because I feel like I don't know if it's mutual, but I feel like it brought us closer in a way. Or at least I felt closer to the others. They felt more big in my life after that, because they were kind of put into this position where they had to show me that kind of support. I'm trying to think of how to articulate this. I don't know if you're familiar with this idea, but there is this one idea that is propagated. It's about romantic relationships, which isn't the nature of our relationship, of course, but I guess it kind of applies as well. There's this theory about romantic relationships that says that you aren't ready to marry somebody unless you have either helped them when they were sick or seen them in times of financial struggle, and that when you do either of those, you're prepared for marriage. It kind of felt like that. It felt like being cared for when I was sick made me feel like I was ready to marry them in a way, but not in that way. Do you know what I mean? Like it felt like they were more important to me. And I'm very, very thankful that they stepped up like that. Yeah, friendship marriage, right? Like it felt like I don't know. Because before, I liked them, of course, and I was very eager to get to know them. Honestly, desperate. I remember like anytime Staff-san would be like, "All right, we're gonna have a call this weekend," I'd be like, "Yes, can we have more calls, please?" I was desperate to get to know them, but at the end of the day, they were still just like they were kind of like coworkers to me, you know. But after the trip, I felt like I could confidently call them my friends, and I'm very, very thankful for that. Why are we still on the feet cam? Because you're small. It's not my fault that you didn't eat your veggies. It's not my fault you didn't drink enough milk.